Good morning everyone. It's a Friday morning and I think it's about 33 degrees already. The goats are out obviously, feeding away. I've been a busy boy. Yesterday afternoon I was fixing the two feeders underneath the roof there and the ram feeder down the far end, and then this morning did some renovation work on this feeder as well. And it's just really to maximise our efforts in feeding the goats. There's a lot of waste when you feed goats anyway, but they're quite destructive as well. So anything that you build, unless it's raw iron and reinforced concrete, they eventually break it. So you continually do running repairs on things like feeders. So we're happy with that. There'll be less waste. When I say waste, everything is sort of like a closed circuit or closed cycle on the farm anyway. So anything that gets swept up that's been left and eaten by the goats, or maybe they've pooped on, just gets swept up and either used as a mulchalizer, like a top dressing round something like our palms or our coconut trees or tamarinds, bananas, things like that. Or if it's a high grass content like the shreddings here and the ram that gets swept up, then that tends to get just thrown into the lake, and it just gets eaten within about half an hour by the fish in the lake. So nothing's wasted at all. Also started today, and I have to give a shout out to Jared for this brainchild. It was a cracking idea. Well, I think so. I did look into it. He sent me a link on incorporating biochar in livestock farming, and I don't mean integrating it as far as going on the floor like we did a burn there and we just let the goats walk on it and break it up and inoculate it. This is raw biochar, so it's not charged at all with anything. It comes straight off the burn and gets crushed up and added to their feed. So the idea being that it improves a healthy gut for the goats. Obviously, with them having 4 stomachs, there's potential a lot of gas and things to go wrong in there, so it helps that. And I think due to that, that's what increases improves the weight gain of the goats and converting the food into actual building blocks for them. It also helps to increase milk production. So yeah, again, it's another thing that we've looked into, and it looks pretty good. So we've started it off easy. I did it yesterday for the first time and just crushed it up by putting it into a bag and adding it to their ram, their rice husk. There was a little bit left, I have to admit, so today I've made it coarser, more fine rather, just crushing it to a fine powder, and hopefully they can't pick those bits out and they'll get a bit more in them. So I think we're doing about 10 kg of food a day as far as the ram goes, and today they had 1 mug full of biochar. I don't want to start off with a high concentration. If it all seems to be going well, then we'll increase it. So we'll see how we get on with that. It's just another thing that we're doing, try and improve things as we go along. The other thing that we're doing, which is leading on from the last video that we did, is we've done a full structural integrity assessment of the old goat house, and a lot of it's got to come out, but the main structure is still pretty sound. So Toon and I are going to do the renovations on that ourselves and create a new area, or a new sleeping area in there, that we can rig up a mosquito net and move all the bucklings over there, or the bucklings that are big enough. So yeah, we've been talking with the goat man again, and we can keep our bucklings up to 30 kg at the minute. So we've got quite a nice lot of leeway. There's no need for us to start slaughtering any. And it's looking pretty grim as far as local sales go anyway, guys. There's hardly any Muslims that live around here. There's probably more goat farmers than there are Muslims. So and the locals tend not to eat goat. Failing that, if the numbers reach full capacity with running 2 goat houses, and we do have to begin slaughtering, then we're going to have to try and look into marketing the meat online. But for now, we're going to hold fast. We're going to keep the faith. Don't want to be slaughtering animals unless it's absolutely necessary. Like I said in the previous videos, our overheads are incredibly low, thank goodness. And we don't mind putting in the additional work doing the 2 goat houses. Might change my mind in about 2 months when we're absolutely ragged to pieces. But at the moment while Toon and I are fit and healthy, we're willing to step up to the plate and keep faith in the market. It was one of the things that was so appealing to Toon and I when we first contemplating getting goats, that we wouldn't actually have to slaughter our own animals. They're sold as live animals to a middleman that exports them or takes them off to be exported. Of course, we do slaughter them if need be, but no, Toon and I are not the sort of people that are cut out to be slaughtering the animals that we raise. If we're left with no choice, then of course we will do it. But if it looks like that's the long-term future, then unfortunately the goats will have to go. No, we're not cut out for that. If a goat's in pain and suffering and nothing can be done, then yeah, we will slaughter. Toon will butcher. But apart from that, no, it's not part of our business plan. I appreciate, as being a livestock farmer, yeah, you have to do what's necessary. We will do what's necessary, but we wouldn't continue after that. I don't know, rabbits or something like that.